Mexican, Mojado, Spic, female immigrant. At birth, she was named Amelia Rodriguez. To me, she is my rock, she is my mom. She is Amelia Mireles, or how I endearingly refer to her as Ma. Illegally, my mom came to the United States of America at the age of 20. It was actually in the month of November that she left her one-year-old daughter behind and ventured to El Norte for a better life. Now, I'm not sure where you will all be at the age of 20, but I was not a mom, and I certainly wasn't leaving my family behind to go into a foreign country where I did not speak the language or understand the culture. In today's gospel, we hear of Mary's shock and complete disbelief that she's been chosen by God to conceive in her womb and bear a son without having had sexual relations. In thinking about this passage, just like Mary, that probably felt incredible fear and confusion, but acceded because of her faith, my mom too encountered unforeseen circumstances and hardships. In the midst of becoming an adult and raising a family, she remained strong, a pillar of faith and a woman on a mission. Eventually, my mom would meet my dad, and they would call Colina, California home for over 30 years. Because of their lack of education and their legal status, my parents often took the jobs that many, including myself, would never even consider. They'd wake up at 4 in the morning, leave breakfast for their family of 6, and go out to pick whatever crop was in season. Lettuce, onion, tomatoes, garlic, whatever could be grown in the Central Valley's endless rows of rich soil. They'd return home in the evening, their shoes covered in mud, their clothes reeking of the drenched sweat they'd been in all day. At a very early age, I understood there was a social and economic divide between my classmates and I. In elementary school, my mom never attended a PTA meeting or any of my track meets. I played 4 years of high school volleyball. She did not attend one game. But wait, these events meant missing out on 5 to 6 hours of her minimum wage paying job. In a home where every cent counted. In a home where I would arrive from school to find 24-hour electricity shut-off notices hanging from the doorknob. In a home where as an adult I learned that my dad would have to add water to the gallon of milk to make it last. She could not afford to miss work. So either my mom would be my cheerleader in the stands with the rest of the parents, or she helped feed our family. The latter took priority. I'd say my upbringing was not unique to that of a first-generation child. On many occasions, I served as my mom's voice. The bank teller, store clerk, librarian would look straight down and speak to me directly, completely ignoring my mom, the adult. She did not speak English. I'd hate going to the grocery store because, you see, I had to pay with food stamps, these government-issued coupons that told everyone my family was poor. And yes, I mean everyone, we only had one local supermarket. I was embarrassed that my lunch were these foil-wrapped burritos and not the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the edges nicely removed that my classmates would bring in their lunch pails. Funny how even as children, we focus on the differences and not the similarities. One day, while running errands with my mom, I heard a man yell at her, "Learn how to drive, wetback." She had parked too close to him. Unfortunately, at the age of 8, I knew exactly what that meant. My mom was brown, she was different, she was an illegal alien, she was a threat. My mom closed the door behind her, kept her head up, and we walked straight into the post office. We never talked about that moment, but that year, my mom would decide to apply to become a legal citizen. While other parents were probably quizzing their children with multiplication flashcards, I was helping my mom study for her citizenship test. For an entire year, our evenings went something like this, in Spanish, of course. "Come on, Ma, 50 stars on the flag, 1 for each state. This is going to be on the test, Ma, you better know it. 13 stripes for the 13 colonies, red, white, and blue. They represent this great country that we live in. You have to keep studying if you want to be a legal citizen. George Washington, our first president of the United States, of course you need to know who our president is. You know the commander-in-chief, the face of America." My mom passed her citizenship test on the first try. I couldn't have been prouder if I had taken the thing myself. I was with her and thousands of others that were sworn in that day in Fresno. So even though things didn't necessarily get easier right away, because my mom was now legal, I will be eternally grateful for the rich childhood and life-learned lessons that my parents blessed me with. God above all and family first is the Mireles family mantra. Remember who you are and never be ashamed of where you come from. My upbringing in rural California, in a town of a population of 10,000 people, where few go to college and the majority rely on agriculture for their income, is one of the most valuable experiences I have ever had. The life skills that can't be learned in any classroom or purchased on any online sale. Today, Doña Cata still gives us buckets of watermelons during the summer in exchange for helping her translate her Medicaid paperwork. And Concha, well, she still offers us hundreds of pomegranates for her inducted gratitude because my parents allowed her to live with us when she first came from Mexico at the age of 16. And Estelita, well, as you can see, my list can go on and on. That small farming town, just 12 miles from Interstate 5, surrounded by those smelly cows, will always be home to me. As we begin Advent, my focus turns to December 12th, a day that as Catholics we celebrate our Virgen de Guadalupe. In many Latino communities, this day is just as important as Christmas. Families wake up at dusk to attend Mass while singing a popular song, Las Mañanitas, a song that is sung in gratitude and thanksgiving to Mary for being a strong figure, a symbol of faith, and the epitome of what it means to be a mother. That is what my own mother represents to me. Empowered, faith-filled, devoted. Amelia Mireles. She is fearless, rolled up into 5 feet of Mexican sass. A lifelong learner, and as of 2008, a graduate from West Hills Community College. If one day I am half the mother that my mom has been to me, then I would consider myself blessed. So today, in gratitude and thanksgiving for the fears that she encountered, the humiliation that she endured, and the countless things that she gave up, so that I, along with my siblings, could leave Liga, go to college, and break so many stereotypes and sites, I dedicate Las Mañanitas to her. My mom actually thinks she's here to help me for an LAC event. Gracias por todo el apoyo que siempre nos dio, por el cariño que nos brindó y todo lo que hizo y no pudo hacer para que nosotros pudiéramos salir adelante. Thank you all.